Hey everyone! So I wanted to show you this really cool desk organizer that you can make. If any of you watch Peachy on TikTok, she did create this, and I had to watch her video like a million times to get it down. But I'm using a 16 centimeter, 4 centimeters, and 8 centimeters. If you do not have a 16, you can take 4 of your 8 centimeters to make the piece that you need. For this one, you literally are only using one of them. Basically what you do, so I glued a lot of these together already so that way I can try to shorten my videos a little bit because I tend to talk a lot, so I want to make them a little bit shorter. So first off, what you need to do is for the very back, so this is going to be the back panel, you take your 16 centimeter, or of course 4 of your 8s, that's your middle, and then you glue 4 of your 4 centimeters on the side. Now if you're using like 5s and a 10 centimeter, you would do the same thing. Now you can also do for the floor, you can do the same as you did here, or you can mix it up a little bit. So what I did is I took 3 of the 8 centimeters and then I made 3 more using my 4 centimeters. So technically you need 6 8 centimeter pieces to make your bottom, or you can just copy the back panel and do it that way as well, because they're both the exact same size. Now for like the middle dividers, so it's good to use the 4 centimeters so that way you can line up where these dividers are going. So basically you're going to create 2 panels that look like this. You're going to take either 3 8 centimeters, or you're going to do all 4 centimeters and make sure you're making 3 sets of, the 8 centimeters. Or just do what I did and use 1 8 centimeter and then create 2 8 centimeters for the sides using your 4 centimeters. Once we start putting this together, you do need 2 of these. We're going to line it up on this back row right here and put it in between these 2 4s. So that way there's a little cubby space back here. And then your second one, we're going to basically line it up here in the front, all the way up here. And then between these 2, we're going to then create 2 little storage cubbies using 8 centimeters. But for now, those are the panels you need to create. And then on the sides, so these are going to go on the side of the organization box. You're going to need 2 of them. Basically, you need them to go the opposite directions. So you're going to do a row of 4, 3, 2, 1. You need 1 where the design is coming this way, and then you need the design going the opposite way, because you're going to have them sitting like this on the side of the bottom pieces. So 2 of these, 1 going the opposite way. You need 2 of these panels. And then you technically need 2 of these panels, but if you want to do, different designs, you can definitely do that. So that's what we're going to start off with. And then once I get this done drying a little bit, we're going to start coming in here and gluing some stuff on. Also for this design, it does call to add in some of the irregular shaped acrylics just to kind of give it a little bit of a design. If you don't have them, it's okay. But what I'm going to do, I do have a couple, because I'm not really big into irregular shaped acrylics because I don't really use them. But I am going to use some of the bigger ones that I have of the One Piece, because we're going to put like 2 or 3 in the front here. Because there's going to be like a little opening between where we place some of the 4 centimeters, and then that's going to give us the room to add in an irregular shaped acrylic. I did a design like this for my husband. I made him one out of Dragon Ball acrylics. It was a little bit harder for me to make because I was using different sizes. It was more a 20 centimeter, and then I had to try to put in some 4 centimeters. It was really, really hard to make because the sizes were so different with the acrylics that I do have for Dragon Ball. But it actually worked out really well. It's not exactly the same as this, but it's pretty close. But he loves it. So I'm going to let this panel dry a little bit more, and then we'll come in, whoops, sorry, and start gluing those to the bottom. And then we'll basically get the side panels on, and then we're going to start coming in and adding a couple of the 8 centimeters. Now, what you can also do is in the back part of the storage, so let me give you a visual. So once, we're just going to pretend this part is the very back, okay, so you can see it better. So we're going to basically glue this panel here, and this is going to be like a storage area. We're going to come in and probably do a 4 centimeter panel here, and then one here. So you're going to want to glue 2 4 centimeters on top of each other so it can come up and down right here. That way there's like 3 little cubby areas so you can like put pens or pencils or scissors. So you'll definitely want to do that. Make sure the design is on top of each other, not sideways. So you're going to go front and bottom, or top and bottom, not left and right. So you're going to need 2 of those. And then we're also going to do, because one's going to be glued here, the other one's going to be glued here. So we're going to make 2 8 centimeter storage containers. So you can either use 8 centimeter pieces. We're going to need 4 of them because we're going to need to glue the outside wall on both sides and then the top part with the hinge. So you can either use 2 8 centimeter pieces. If you don't have enough, then I would glue 4 centimeters together and just make sure that you have enough. So 1, 2, and then 3 and 4. So you're going to need 4 more 8 centimeter pieces. And if you don't have 8 centimeter pieces, then glue 4 of them together with your 4 centimeters so you have enough. Okay, so we are going to glue the back piece to the back side of the side of the bottom. Let me see if I want to go on top. Hold on. Because I'm thinking with these side pieces, it might work better. I'm just thinking of the security. Yeah. Okay, so the side pieces, because we're going to create the 2 cubbies on each side, and then have a couple cubbies back here, because this one is going to go like right here, and then this one is going to go more in the front. So with this one being right here, the side panels have to go on the side of the acrylics. So we're going to do the back piece on top of the bottom acrylic. So I would just take your first row of film off the top. Of course, you're going to have to take this whole 8 centimeter off. And then I would get that glued on. If you want to take off the front part of this back piece, you can totally do that too. Or you can wait a little bit. But once we get the side panels on, it might be a little bit harder to take it off. So I would definitely make sure that you at least take that film off before you do the side pieces. Okay, so I'm going to get that peeled off and start getting this glued on. Alright, so I'm going to show you the process I do, because I like to put the back on and then flip it to its side, and then I'll start getting the sides attached. I think it just kind of makes it go a little bit more smoother. So I always have it at a different angle. That way I can, you know, see what I'm doing. Alright. I did take all of the front of the acrylics off too. Well, the film, I should say. And my tip is like barely on. I've been having a really hard time with this new tip. I had to like cut the side of it a little bit because the pressure of the glue coming out kept making it pop up. So I have to try to be like super careful. I just wish they would make more of them in the 2-ounce size that have tips. Because B7000 is just not my cup of tea. It's not the worst though. I mean, it's still good glue. I just like E6000 because it's quicker at drying. Okay. All right. I feel like my pieces are bowed a little bit. I kind of think it was from how they were drying. But it's just a little. See, it's like coming in on this side a little bit, but it's okay. Okay, so I just hold it down enough for it to get a good bond. And then I kind of move it. And I turn it on its side. And then I'll make sure I kind of get it straight. Scared if I move it back it'll slide, but it's alright. Okay. I'll kind of push down a little bit more. Okay. That looks alright. Okay, so now for the side, we're going to glue to the sides of these acrylics. So we're going to run glue all the way up here and then all the way down on the bottom. I did have to fix a couple acrylics on my side pieces because when I had glued them together originally, I set this batch off to the side for a little bit because I had to finish up a couple of other projects, and I think they just kind of bent a little bit when they were in the box that I had them in. So hopefully they're dry enough to put on here. I think they are, because when I moved the piece after I got the film off, it seemed pretty secure. And then just remember, anytime you do on the side of the acrylic like this, don't go all the way up with the glue. Leave like just a little bit of a gap, because it's not going to go all the way to the top. Sometimes you can get it to the top, but it doesn't always work that way. Okay, so that's the other side. Alright, then you just want to set it right on top. And then only push down on the edges. Okay. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to glue one of them right here after the second 4 centimeter, and then right before the last 2. I'm going to just glue the bottom and then this side that's going to go against the back. It doesn't matter which way you face, the front or the back, you know, it's really not going to matter, because either way you're going to see the back of it. So I'm going to piece of glue on here. Okay. I love making these desk organizers. They're super convenient. Like if I was still working in an office, I would totally take one to work. This is the exact same layout that I did for my husband with his Dragon Ball Z one. Okay, and then I'm going to wipe the tip off. And they're pretty easy, you know, it doesn't take like too much acrylics to make it, and it's actually a pretty easy design to do. And then of course I took the film off both of the sides. Okay. Alright, I think this top part, probably have to scrape a little bit of glue off, but it's fine. Alright, and then I'm going to tip it over like this, and I'm going to run a little bit of glue on the top, on the side right here. Let me just double check these. Okay. This will just give the other piece more security. Okay, so now the one piece that you're going to glue right here, we're going to get some glue on there. And then just put glue on the bottom of it. And then on the side right here, where you're going to glue it to this side wall. Alright. Make sure it's like the right way up. Oh, that's a big blob. Sometimes I can like spread it out pretty good, but not all the time. Okay. I'm trying to be so careful with this tip, like it's so hard not to like rub it along the acrylic. Just gotta like hold it in the middle. And to push it on the side. And then push it on these back pieces. And then push down on the top. Just get it nice and secure in here. Okay, so technically the next step, because we're making a little cubby over here and then over here, so technically the 8 centimeters should go here now, because we're gonna go and have, let me turn this, so one will be like this, right here, and then the other side right here, because this other piece that we did is going to be the front part of the cubby. So we're going to have a cubby here, a cubby here. This is going to technically be another cubby, but this one and this one are going to have a lid on it. Okay, so then I already have all of that film off, so now we're going to have to get this film off. Tweezers. See, once you like get all of the pieces glued together, like how we did all of these in the very beginning, it's actually pretty easy to just put it all together. That's why I love this design. It's not hard. It was more intimidating when I first saw a 3-minute TikTok video on it because I wasn't exactly sure how it went together, but once I figured it out, I really, really enjoy making these a lot. And this film is harder to get off than my other ones. Okay. Alright, so let's make sure we didn't duplicate anything. Okay, we got Luffy, and then we're going to do Hawkeye. Okay. So basically, the 8 centimeters, you're just going to put glue on the bottom. I mean, technically you can do both sides as long as you get the other panel that's going in the front on like right away. Or you can just put the glue on the bottom and then the side that's going to go against this wall, and then wait to do the other side when you get ready to do your other wall. Whatever works for you. I think I'm going to do both sides of them so that way I can just like glue it back to back. So it usually takes a little bit for this glue to dry up. Okay. And then I would make sure that you put the back part on the inside of the box. Alright, my tip is starting to get some glue to dry in it. Ugh. I hate it when it does this. Hold on real quick. Okay, I had just a little bit of a dried glue ball forming. I use a beading needle to kind of pick it out. You know, I'm actually going to do it second because then I can't push on it. Okay, then I'm going to go this way. but oh well. Okay, now same thing as before. Turn it to its side like this. That way you can kind of make sure everything is kind of straight. Because you definitely want them where the line is for the 4 centimeters and stuff, where you glue those together. Because your 8 centimeter panels that are going to go in front of it, because we want to make sure the lid will fit. Alright, so now I'm going to put glue on the sides. Okay. And this one you can go all the way up because your panel will go all the way up. Okay, now with this panel going in the front, you only want to glue this side of this 4 centimeter. Do not put glue up on here, because where the wall is, I mean, I don't think it'll meet up. Hold on. I mean, you might be able to put it in the front. Yeah, I'm not even going to try it. I'm going to just do the side of the bottom 4 cm, and then I'm not going to put glue on the top part, because I don't want to mess it up or anything. Okay, and then just this part. Okay, and we're going to go like this. Push down. Be very careful pushing these right here. I accidentally pushed a little bit too hard and it kind of moved. Alright. Not bad, not bad. And then you can extend it if you want, like what I was thinking about doing. I was kind of teeter-tottering earlier. So I think I'm going to add a row of 4 centimeters. Here, I'll show you visually. Because up here, we can always add another 4 centimeter and glue it to this side and then put a 1 down here. Because if we do another row, we'll have a little bit more room. I was kind of reviewing the video that I watched, and I think they were using 16 centimeters, like this size that we did in the back here. I think they were using that more on the bottom to make the base bigger, but I didn't want it to be that big. So I think just adding a row of 4 centimeters is exactly the perfect room for it. So that'll add like another panel to your side. So you're going to want to add like a second one on top of here, and then you'll put one down here. So that's what I'm going to do. You don't have to if you don't want to, but I definitely want to do that so I can make a little bit more room. Okay, and then I believe I'm just going to get one of my 8 centimeters for a lid. Make sure. Yeah, it'll fit. Alright, so that's what I'm going to do now. I'm just going to get that glued really quick so I can get it glued on the bottom. Okay, so I just got that glued on, and now I'm gluing on the side really quick. I just didn't want to do it all on camera because it's just taking too long to do that. Okay. Oh wow, that went on like perfect. Okay. Nice. Oh. Dang tweezers. Messing up my groove here. Alright. It's looking so good. It's so hard to see because of all the laser print, but it's super cute. Okay, so now we just need to put the lids on this side and this side. This side does not have a lid, and then you can add like a little wall up front right here, because technically like these two, like over here and over here, it's supposed to be for like post-its. And then it also shows adding irregular shaped acrylics to give it that design. So I will add a little bit to it. I am going to wait for the rest of this to dry, and then I'll get the lids on here and then decide. I think I'm going to put 2 in the front here, 1 back here, and then 1 over here, 2 in the front here, and then I'll add an irregular shaped acrylic somewhere. So I'll show you where I added in just a couple of minutes. All right, I got everything else glued on here. It looks really good. Here, let me move my copy. I got the hinges and the knobs glued to the lids. So we got some cubbies in there. And then I basically glued 1/4 cm here, and then along here, and then same on the other side. And then I just glued a 2 panel in the front. I like how these openings are here because these could be for like the post-its, you know, that go in there. My husband, with his Dragon Ball Z one that I made him, he said that he kind of puts his phone right here. Here, let me get my other phone. And he'll like set it like that while he's at work because he listens to YouTube and stuff on his Bluetooth headphones or whatever. You can close it all if you want. I mean, you don't have to put any other panels here. It's just all how you want your organizer to look. Basically, like the one video that I watched, they took the irregular shaped acrylics and they were like putting them like in the middle, but you don't even have to add these if you don't want to. I think I'm going to add some to the side, and this is why I like to have charms or irregular shaped acrylics to match whatever design I'm doing. I don't really use irregular shaped acrylics a lot, but of course with One Piece I had to get them. But I was thinking about putting some on the outside, on the sides right here, just to give it a little bit more of a look, just because this design, you know, it's all this one laser print. And then I do have One Piece charms. I basically have Nami, Chopper, Usopp, Zoro, and Luffy. And little charms on the outside maybe. So I was thinking about just adding a couple. So that's what I was planning on doing. Just to give it a little bit more, you know, design to it. You do not have to add these if you don't want to, but I think that's what I'm going to do. I mean, you can even put them on the back panel. Like, here's the Zoro one. Whoop. But yeah, I think it came together really well. These organizers are really easy to make, like I was saying earlier. It does help, of course, when you get your bottom piece, the sides, your back, and then these two walls all glued together in advance. And then you can just come in and start kind of gluing it all together. But yeah, this is like the perfect size for a desk. If you do want to go a little bit wider, I mean, you can totally do that. I think I might use this because since I work from home now, because since COVID, we've been working from home, I think I might have this be kind of like my crafting organizer. I think I'm going to put all of my glue back here, like my E6000. I might put my Crystal Fusion bottle in here. In here, I might have some like hinges and knobs for my acrylic boxes. So yeah, I think I'm going to use that one for my crafting stuff. So that way I don't have to have all of those supplies in different places. So I'm excited to add this one to the shelf. So there we have it. And I got to show you guys really quick. So last night I had this one design of One Piece, and the amount of acrylics that came with it, I could only kind of make just one box. And then I did get a 16, no, I think this one's a 20 cm. And I just had enough to where I think I had like 2 acrylics left over, 2 5 centimeters left over. And I'm going to basically add that to my mix where I do a mixed acrylic box with all of my leftover acrylics. I'm going to see how that turns out. But here's this box I made last night. It has the 2 10 cms on the inside, and then all the rest are 5 cms. It's one of the newer designs. It has some newer characters from the newer, you know, seasons. But yeah, I think it turned out good. It's a nice big box, not too tall. It's like a perfect size. Gotta love the One Piece design. The next thing I'm working on is a big, huge box for One Piece. Not necessarily a box. I kind of want to make a whole bunch of drawers. I want to get like maybe 4 drawers on each side. So like 8 altogether. I just have a lot of 8 cms. I have probably 7 to 8 different 8 centimeter sets of One Piece that are, they're called anime sets. And then I do have a couple of other 8 and 4 centimeter designs that they're 2 different type of designs, but I'm trying to see if they'll all kind of mix together. I'm trying to see if I can use some of my 30 cms for the side walls and then the back. So yeah, it's going to be fun. I will definitely do a video for that as well. But yeah, here is the desk organizer. And then of course, again, you can use 8 and 4s, 5s and 10s, whatever sizes you have, you can make it work. Because when I did the Dragon Ball Z one, I had like a mixture of like 4 centimeters, 6 centimeters, which those don't really go together well, but I was able to get it to work. And then I did have a lot of the 5 cms on there as well. So you can definitely do it with any of the sizes you have. All right, I hope you guys have a great day and have fun making your little organizer. Bye!